I'm not sure if I remember all the names, but we certainly had many, many characters. When I reflect fondly on maybe the kinder, gentler souls that, contributed heartily to our efforts. But, I've met many students, not only in the US, but even abroad when I was traveling, who would say, Mary, if you're coming to India or if you're coming to Belgium, or I'll be in West Texas, if you're in the area, stop by. And, in the past, I kind of blown off some of those comments and just nodded and smiled and said, sure. But as time has gone by, they've persisted. They've really persisted in inviting me to visit them. And so I stop by now and I see that they have children who are not really children. Now they're middle schoolers and they're growing, and there's that sense of time and how their careers are advancing. And so it's really good to see that and see how their careers have blossomed and how they've become professionals. One I met just this past fall. She was here on a major recruiting effort here at Purdue, responsible in a very large company for all of their human resource management. So it's just nice to see these students come back. If I go way, way back, and I start at the beginning of the story, I'll never forget the day. I think I had worked at the center maybe 4 months, maybe. And you called me into your office and you said, hey, Mary, I have something for you to do. And I'm like, sure, Ananth, what is it? He goes, well, I need you to go to India. And I need you to go to India over Christmas break. And I'm thinking, oh, is that all? And I'm like, okay, I can still go to India. It's no problem. I'll get a visa. Oh, and by the way, you're going to take about 20 students. And you're going to do an internship, and you're going to work with this company. And I remember thinking, no, this is a challenge, let's see if I'm up for this. I had never personally traveled to India at that point in time. I had never met anyone at TVS Motors. I certainly didn't know if there were any students who were interested in going. And so it was kind of like day zero, let's go to India and let's see if we can do something interesting. And we did. And the first year, was a lot of planning, a lot of organizing, a lot of uncertainty. Not a lot of people, let alone schools, were taking excursions into India. And so we were breaking new ground. In fact, we were breaking such new ground that like a year or two later, I was invited out to, I think it was University of Colorado, to give a seminar on how do you take groups to these kind of Wild West, at that point, emerging economies. And I remember meeting folks from Harvard who said, we can't believe that Purdue's doing this. We're not ready to do this yet. And I just thought that was quite interesting, that Purdue was doing something that even Harvard wasn't ready to do yet at that point in time. Well, we got a small ragtag group of, I think, first year, maybe 12 or 13 students, willing partners to kind of learn as we went, and we did. TVS Motors worked so hard with us that first year to establish something fun and exciting, but more importantly, something where students could really sink their teeth into and learn about what it's like to do business in India, what it's like to solve problems on a kind of global scale with global constituents and stakeholders, and how do you navigate and how do you negotiate all those unknown spaces. And so the first year, there were some rough edges, right? I mean, we had people get sick because students weren't really used to the fact that you have to watch out for certain aspects of eating street food or, aspects of water, even at that point in time. But by the end of, 5 years, I guess, I ran that. It was a very smooth, well-tuned machine. And I will say, I'm so proud that that program has continued. And Mr. Kovai, who was at the time, I think, a senior vice president, maybe even executive vice president of human resources, we remain friends. We've written some papers together, and it's a friendship with the people in that company and with many of the students that have been lifelong. Definitely personally changing and changing for the students. In reflection, when you talk to those students, they say, there was their life before they went to India, and there was their life after they went to India.